All righty, we are live. What's up, chat?
¿Qué
We in it.
pasa?
We in it. We in it.
The boys are back in town, and we got some news. There's news like
Speak on
breaking.
it.
There's been news breaking all day today.
Yeah.
There's been news breaking all day today. It's been wild. It's been a wild news cycle day, but it's good news. It's all good news for those of you that have heard. It looks like Ben will be able to release part three of his video. What the most interesting thing I think that came out of that was the fact that it was a joint agreement between both parties.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we'll go over this real quick, and then we'll
Me.
follow up. So this is what I covered in the video earlier today. For those of you that didn't see, so we see BBQ counselor as always breaking some
Mm-hmm.
news. Great guy. Make sure to follow his channel. Follow him on X. He's always putting news out there, getting documents and stuff ready. But you see here, he says huge news on the reckless ban front. Bam blinked. All parties have jointly moved to modify the TRO and remove the free speech restrictions. Once the court signs this, Reckless Ben will be allowed to post part three. And there you have it. And this is the interesting part right here is what it says down here when it talks about the parties. So it says, basically the plaintiffs and, the defendants, jointly stipulate, agree, and move the court to modify its temporary restraining order. So that means that basically they both sides came together and just like, all right, let's just there's still going to be some things I believe that are stipulated that Ben can't do, like get within a certain distance of Josh if he sees him out in public and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's just I think it's mainly like this is for overall because against he has 6 cases against him, and
yeah,
one of them is personal against Josh Johnson.
yeah, yep. So that's more or less the biggest thing, I guess, is just that. But like the stuff to be able to publish stuff online and stuff like that. That's the part where they're just kind
Mm-hmm.
of relenting on. I guess, like I said, we can only speculate on why it is that they decided to back down off that. My assumption would be is because again they're getting slaughtered in the public space, and maybe they feel that and again, this is just me speculating. I feel that maybe they're doing it a little bit to kind of ingratiate themselves and be like, oh well, we don't want to be against free speech, even though it's a little bit too late because they did the TRO to begin with. But maybe this is them
Yeah.
being like, well, we don't want to prohibit their free speech, so let them put out the thing. But like I said, it kind of doesn't matter because they still went through with doing the TRO to begin with. So it feels like another instance where it's too little, too late. But maybe they also feel that they can kind of show like that they're willing to play ball a little bit. Do you get that sense, Relic?
Uh, I could see that. I don't think so.
Yep.
As if you look back on how like all the stupid moves they made, I think that they believe that whatever part 3 comes out with, they're going to be able to use it
That
against
too.
Ben.
I think it's
But
a mutual, like they look at it as probably like a beneficial thing as well. But go ahead.
yeah, beneficial thing for them. And I don't think I think just like the other videos, they tried to use the other videos against Ben. From what I heard, there's so
Yeah.
much information out there that I'm like it's hard to keep everything aligned. But there's I don't think they're that smart. You know, I think they're trying to capitalize on something that we still don't understand until part 3 comes out and see what they move forward. Because we knew that after the 30th, June 30th, that we are gonna get part 3 because that's after the hearing. And even
Yeah.
if they agree now, it's probably just so that they don't have to keep doing a bunch of stuff right after this hearing, and so then everything's more smooth.
Yeah.
But I don't like. Did they sit down with Ben and Brian? Did they just
Did they watch
take
the
it?
footage?
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
thing that I'm wondering.
Did they already watch it and they don't think they have anything to sweat?
Well, yeah. Reckless Ben did state that he gave all the footage to the courts, like all the unedited stuff, right? So
Yeah.
when it's to the point where the lawyers are probably requesting all the information from each other, from all parties, so they probably already have all the ammunition that they can get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, on
That-
all sides.
Yeah. I think that could be it too. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and again, it's probably a thing where they're also looking at it. Well, they already used the first couple videos of him as an
Could you
example
imagine?
of
Could you imagine? It makes the police look worse. Fuck it. Go ahead. Release part 3.
yeah,
Could you?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
That might be another reason. It's like, hey, like let's get more focus on the police department instead of bricks and minifigs,
Mm-hmm.
because they did accomplish their goal in like quieting everything down by putting on this gag order. Because since part 2 released and or any of the Reckless Ben videos released, things have been quieter and quieter. But like
that's true. They killed
obviously,
some of the
yeah,
momentum. Yeah, they
They
definitely
did. Yeah.
killed some of the momentum, which is probably part of their goal
You don't.
too.
Yeah. You haven't seen it on the news lately. You know.
Yeah,
yeah, and then it's like, well, I think now it's ramping up a little bit more on the American Fork Police Department side, so they might want to put more focus on that, so they could get a little bit, like, in case, this is my thought, in case they for some reason take the dumb route and try to take it to trial,
Yeah.
then there's gonna be less public outcry, and that's probably gonna be better for bricks and minifigs with the jury and the judge, you know. So
yeah.
that's and again, I'm not a lawyer. That's just my monkey brain thinking.
Likewise.
No, exactly. Yeah, I think it's it's the same for us too. We just kind of look at the
We're
same
just
way.
talking.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
talk. We just talking about. We're just giving thoughts. But
I
yeah,
have noticed that a lot of videos, a lot more people are using allegedly. This is all hearsay. Like that, people are using lawyer language more on their videos.
well, yeah,
yeah.
you got to be careful. Well, that's the thing. That's why
Yeah, yeah.
we've always done that from the time we've covered cases and stuff too, because you just got to be
Yeah.
careful in case Because what's interesting is like, so this is something I learned a while back too. Like, and this is why I always encourage people to kind of just do their own research as well. You can still be on the hook for defamation if you lead people towards a particular opinion as well, without clarifying, without making clarifying language. So that's why, like,
Yeah.
YouTubers can be subject to defamation lawsuits as well.
That would be interesting because like all states have like a different law on that, and I think
Yeah.
Utah's one of the states that like you could only sue for defamation for like the not as a criminal thing anymore. It's just civil. And so like I'd be interested in seeing like how people go after YouTubers for defamation and like what state is do they sue from or use, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, laws of each individual state definitely play a factor. But yeah, it's also again, it just because you're making videos and stuff, and you could say that it's your opinion. Again, if you are kind of, there's ways where you can say it, you know what I mean, where it might not sound to opinion like an opinion, that it might come off as a declarative statement or leading people to come to that same conclusion as you. It's still possible. It's something I've learned from talking with people before about stuff like this. So
I've also heard like the bigger you get on social media, you have to it's not about being more careful. It's like the statement you make when you have like 1,000 followers and the statement you make when you have like 1,000,000 followers, it can't be used the same way because they're gonna use it like, nope, like you know what you're doing, you have all this following, and it becomes more serious. But anyways,
correct. Yep, exactly. So that's why you always got to be careful. But so here's the rest. So I went over this first page here on the video, but there's more here. As you can see here, it says June 9th, 2026, docket number 55, to convert such into a preliminary injunction and to vacate the hearing scheduled for June 30th in order to permit the parties to engage in settlement discussions and or mediation following an exchange of relevant documents and other information. Plaintiffs allege they are suffering and will continue to suffer immediate and irreparable injury before this action can be fully heard as set forth in the verified complaint and motion for temporary restraining order. Defendants dispute these allegations, intend to assert counterclaims against plaintiffs and contest plaintiffs' entitlement to any relief, including but not limited to a permanent injunction. Plaintiffs likewise dispute defendants' counterclaims. Despite these differences, the parties have agreed to mediate this case, and in light of this, they jointly moved the court to modify the temporary restraining order and based therein adopt such a preliminary injunction in the form of Exhibit A which is summarized as follows. Defendants agree that they, their affiliates, employees, contractors, agents, and representatives, and anyone acting in concert with them directly or indirectly in person, remotely or online, are immediately restrained from making, transmitting, soliciting, encouraging, and or facilitating death threats. I mean, obviously that should go without saying, right? Bomb threats or other
Yeah.
threats of physical violence and or knowingly, intentionally engaging in property destruction, stalking, trespass, interference, extortion, personal injury, or property damage against plaintiffs, their independent franchisees, employers, or I should say, I'm sorry, employees, officers, owners, customers, attorneys, vendors, or family members, publishing or encouraging others to publish personal addresses, personal phone numbers, personal email addresses, family information, and other doxing. Journalism, expressing opinions, criticism, satire, and or commentary. Let me see. Yeah, and or commentary through any lawful means, methods they choose, including but not limited to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and podcasts and other internet, television, radio, and social media platforms pursuant to Utah civil code shall not be required to pay as a security bond at this time. The preliminary injunction will remain in effect until further order of the court. Nothing in the preliminary injunction shall be construed as a waiver of any party's rights to pursue past, present, and future claims and damages against any other party. Can you guys hear me? Aura?
I can hear you.
Okay, I think we lost Relic for a moment. Okay, so basically, it looks to me like, especially from that second page, right? This is very telling, right? And I'm glad that Diet Water Guy shared this because I think it shows that Bricks and Minifigs is definitely willing to come to the table.
yeah, yeah.
I think
To say the least.
it definitely shows that they're willing to come to the table, and it looks like that's pretty much what they're probably going to plan on, right? Because for one, the act of them jointly doing this, right, is I think a step towards that. Is a step to seeing that, all right, you know what, we probably got to play ball here. So again, this page is really telling. You know, the fact that they want to potentially engage in mediation sooner rather than later is a good sign. Again,
well, it's also they're losing money. They got to pay their lawyers, you know.
Yeah.
So the longer it goes,
Yep. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the longer it goes on, the worse it gets for them because the lawyers are on retainer for each individual they're suing.
Yep.
You know, so
they're losing money.
A lot of money.
They're losing money. They look worse and worse in the in the public space. Their reputation takes a hit every time. So yeah, they're probably going to look to settle things as soon as possible. Yeah. And the thing is, again, I think this is probably a gesture of that as well from them saying, all right, look, go ahead, upload your videos, do whatever, but just don't harass us. Just don't show up to our houses. Don't dox us, whatever, even though none of, again,
leave us alone.
Well, Bricks and Minifigs did dox Ben's crew, you know?
Yeah.
They put out their information, their addresses, and it was a crap show.
Yeah, so
Josh technically hella doxed himself, like, if you think about it, or the fucking American Fort Police Department doxed the fucking Josh.
So there we have that, and then we see here. This is another one, right? And this is from Ben's Patreon. It says it's official. The gag order against Reckless Ben has been lifted. Bricks and Minifigs Part 3 will be uploaded within a few days. A video was posted and available for paid Patreon members. Also, a statement paraphrased from Ben's Reddit.
I think he's posting on Instagram again. Well.
These parties settled their TRO dispute on June 24th, converting it into a preliminary injunction, vacating the June 30 hearing for mediation. Crucially, the mandatory publication takedown is gone. Defendants can now freely discuss the litigation, criticize, or report on BAM across all social platforms. The PI strictly bans specific harmful acts like doxing, threats, impersonation, and a 100-yard physical distance rule. Defense firepower has surged with Snell and Wilmer Miller, Nash, and Spencer Fain entering this case. These are the people that are representing Ben for the civil case. A third pro se intervener, Belmont, added First Amendment pressure alongside others, pushing BAM to settle. Counterclaims are expected as this case enters settlement talks. So you see here, this is Ben's post. I just officially got my First Amendment right to talk about bricks and minifigs again. Here's some updates and what's to come. I got my freedom of speech back. So things are looking good.
Amen.
Things are looking on the up and up. And we might get a chance to see that video, y'all. So there's that little bit of information there.
Any day now. It could drop any day now. It could come out tomorrow.
I'm guessing probably it'll be a week, but I mean, yeah, if it were to drop tomorrow, that'd be great.
What, part 3?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I
You don't
doubt
think
they'll
so?
be able to drop. No, well, it's like they probably want to dot their I's and cross their T's and all that stuff just to make sure that they can actually put it out there. Just because you get a letter and all that stuff and you're like, hey, yeah, everything's good now. It's like, okay, well, let's actually make sure that we can put this out there. So their lawyers are probably gonna spend a few days seeing what he actually can or can't do. Because it's like that bullcrap. There's always like one little detail in the paperwork that might be a loophole, prohibit you from doing stuff. So I don't think we're gonna get it at least for the next 2 days.
No, I'm sure that Ben turned it over to the lawyers, and they're probably like, you probably should take this out just in case. Probably.
No, not the video. I'm talking about more like the statement saying like, oh yeah, you have your First Amendment right back. You have freedom of speech. You could talk about us again. But there might be something about posting that particular video. And I don't think he would like re-edit it unless he can put whatever he edits out in another video in the future.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Give me the codes to the nukes. Fire off right away.
That goes to the nukes. So we got a couple. I guess we could do the follow-up. Since we're still on the Ben stuff, let's do the follow-up with the Sheldon video you sent me. This is the one right here, I believe. This one, right? Lego Part 3 update?
Yeah.
So this is Sheldon. If you guys remember Sheldon, he is the guy that was also arrested in the Ben videos, the guy who got his phone taken away, and the officer who was one of the senior officers that was looking for a reason to arrest him after the fact, right?
No.
And then claimed that he was trying to obstruct because...
he was also interrogated for like 6 hours.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah.
So here's Sheldon's video, which he uploaded 5 hours ago. So let's take a look and see what Sheldon has to say about this.
What up, everybody?
I can't hear nothing. Hold up.
But first, a message.
All right, let's pause it here.
Okay, let's try that again.
All right.
Everything in this video
Nope,
is
still screwed.
Still? You still can't hear it?
What up, everybody?
I got
Huge
it.
update on the part
Okay, here we
3
go.
coming right from your boy. But first, a message. Everything in this video is
fake. Yes, 1 billion, trillion, gazillion %.
Okay. So North Korean hackers have gotten me part 3. I've seen it. It is real. And what it reveals, I think, is going to break the entire internet. The just callous lies that were told against my friend's character are unbelievable. And it's just probably the most awful thing I've ever seen someone do. Just blatant lies, and it's all recorded. Also, my hacker did hack into a Neuralink chip and in a monkey, and he revealed a lot of things. I don't want to reveal who my North Korean hacker is, because in North Korea, you're not allowed to have free speech. So,
So, pretty interesting stuff he's saying right off the bat. I'm wondering, now I'm really curious as to if it's got to be more about, I would assume it's got to be more about the, if I had to guess, it's got to be more about the American Fork Police Department interactions, as well as, their interactions with the higher ups at BAM.
Like, I'm willing to bet that part 3.
What? Is Echo Base Network in the chat?
He's in the chat.
Oh,
What's
cool.
up, Echo Base? Yeah.
What's going on?
shout out to Echo Base Network. Those guys are doing great work. Be sure to check out their live streams and videos as well.
Give them a sub if you haven't.
Yeah, give them a sub if you haven't. Yeah, they're doing good stuff. My bad, Relic. Go ahead.
No. I'm willing to bet that part 3 is definitely going to highlight more lies from Josh Johnson and Ammon McNeff for sure.
Oh yeah. I think that's inevitable.
Yeah. Well, I think those two particular, because for sure, from my experience, like Ammon is the more careful one. Josh Johnson just makes up whatever bullcrap he could pull out of his booty hole. And
I think.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think the one that's been the most careful, honestly, is Brandon. He's the one that like.
Well, we haven't even heard him speak to anybody outside the.
He's been smart enough to stay quiet.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna get to see more of Josh Johnson and Ammon McNabb doing some bullcrap. Like if I had to put money on it, it would be those two that's gonna be highlighted in the next video.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Josh is fired. He was never an owner anyway.
And that was crazy too, right? When that whole bit of information dropped that he was actually like just an authorized seller, but not actually an owner of the store.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, again, just another lie that dude got caught up in. Crazy.
If my North Korean hacker talks about this, he's going to go to jail, which sucks. I'm glad we live in America where we have free speech and it can't be silenced, right? That's what I've always loved about America. Best thing ever. I feel bad for this guy for being in North Korea and not being able to have free speech, because I'd love to come forward and say who my North Korean hacker was and give him the credit for getting me this video. But I can't do that. It was a North Korean hacker. And here's what, my North Korean hacker revealed is that, the lies these guys have told, they've done everything in their power to keep it from the light of day. And there's definitive proof they've lied, as you've seen in my videos. But this is the most just horrendous thing I've ever seen someone lie on a friend's name. And also, in this monkey's Neuralink chip that's on the dark web, I found out.
The thing is, the pattern of behavior we've seen with this company, that they're so willing to lie and destroy people's reputations. Yep. There's so much proof now. And that's the crazy. This is why, like, again, and we're beating the dead horse here again. And I'm sorry, chat, but it never had to come to this. It never had to come to any of this. It's just like if they had just cut Brian Mansell a check, it would have been just whatever. It would have been something that they would have moved on from, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
the videos probably would have never been made or, put out there, and it's just it.
Well, like I've pointed this out as many times as I can. I can't even count on both hands how many times I've pointed this out. All that needed to happen was for Bricks and Minifigs to be like, okay, there's this consignment. Let me sit down with Brian and Crystal. Cool. Hey, Brian, Crystal, can you confirm that this is the number that's owed to Brian? Yes. Here's the money. I'll make you whole. Okay, Crystal, show me the rest of the product that we got and the rest of the money, because I just paid the dude. Now I need to make sure we have the product. If you can't find the product, then that's when you investigate. You investigate Crystal and whoever was involved, Brandon, and you keep it in-house.
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly.
no.
Yeah.
Nope. But they didn't do that, and that's the thing. And then they trusted these two guys to like execute stuff from who were probably lying to them.
Mm-hmm.
We were probably honestly, if they found out that they were actually lying to them in all these different instances, that they went to quote unquote rescue stores, that wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yeah,
because it would seem to like fit. It would seem to fit because of their tactics, right? Because of the stuff they do. Like what they did with you, what they did with Crystal, I mean, and just with the way
they try to do to the messers, they try to do that to the messers.
Well, that was Eamon. That's the crazy thing. Eamon, to me, because they never got a chance to screw the messers, because the messers were already kind of prepared. The messers was like, all right,
yeah.
They were just like, hey, we're leaving. You know what I mean? And they're like, wait, you can't leave. You can't leave us. You can't leave us.
I feel like that was the catalyst.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I think after that, they just kind of they wised up a little bit, and we're just like, okay, before people can leave us, let's screw them before they can leave us. Let's get the drop on them before, if they even so much as mention that they are potentially leaving us, let's just get the drop on them immediately.
Yeah.
Because you
wild.
saw in the Slack messages with the messers when they were talking with them, like Eamon was just kind of like, "Hey, wait a minute, you can't do that stuff, and I don't think you're aware, and this, that, or the other." And it's just like, "And what do you mean you're leaving?" kind of like,
yeah, that's kind of funny like that. Yeah,
it was just kind of like that's how they came across. I'm not saying that that's
yeah.
exactly what he said, but it was kind of
Yeah.
like he
It
was.
was like it was like a nice little paraphrase, John.
Yeah,
Like,
but it was like,
don't
but
worry.
it comes across like he's really taken aback by the fact that they're taking the initiative to be like, hey, by the way, Eamon, we're out. We're
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, well, like, and Eamon pulls that superiority bullcrap, like I've stated before. Like, hey, it looks like you don't know how franchise agreements work or franchise law, so let me explain this to you. And
Yeah.
that's how he does things.
No, but I love how they shut
Yeah.
it down. There's like, let me explain to you how this works. It's like, no. How about you explain it to our lawyer?
yeah,
Yeah. Heck yeah.
yeah.
Like when I saw that, it's like, well, actually, instead of us going back and forth, you could just talk to my lawyer about it. We ain't
Yeah.
paying you.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That's freaking. That was great. I love that whole little interaction, and I like the fact that the messers they didn't really try to engage with Eamon. They were just kind of like, hey, just talk to our lawyer. Just talk to our lawyer.
John, this
No.
fucking whole situation is a circus.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
for real, man. It was fantastic. It was. I loved it. I loved every bit of that because they just completely shut it down from the beginning, and it just never got to that point. And I think from that point on, they realized like, okay, next time,
Oh my god.
let's just blindside people. Let's not even give them an opportunity. That's why, like, because remember in Crystal's filings when she was saying she didn't give them any kind of confirmation that she was going to leave. She was just kind of like mentioning, like, hey,
There's
things
this
might be happening.
opportunity.
I'm bringing
Yeah.
this up. Things might be happening. Nothing's set in stone yet, but I'm just letting you guys know there might be a conversation coming later about this, whatever. And they were just like, "Oh, f that." They got that PTSD from the messers. They're like, "Oh no, it's the messers all over again."
Can we just
Yeah,
take like a second to appreciate how reckless Ben, a YouTuber, fucking threw a nuke at a corporation and a police department?
Yeah.
Like that's just
Heck
nuts.
yeah. Like he needs way more praise than he's getting right now.
It's
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
insane. He took down a corporation and a fucking police department.
Yeah.
Like,
Reckless Ben for president, y'all.
This is the kind of stuff that you can see them making a movie about this someday.
I'm like so
Right?
proud of this guy. I
And
don't
by the
even
way, he
know
did it
him.
without any lawyers. By the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
he just like we're just gonna use the truth.
Yeah.
No, it's just like it's just like it just cracks me up. Like when I think about when he's like, he goes, what was it? Was it with Josh when he was talking about like, he says something about something being illegal or whatever. He goes, yeah, it is. And that was like his only response to Josh. He's like, it's not illegal, is it? He's like, yeah, it is.
Bro, the footage we watched yesterday, the American Fork, what was that shit all about? They're crazy too. Look at
and
what
we're
he
gonna watch
exposed.
more. And that's the thing. There's more.
Oh,
That's the crazy
man.
thing. There's even more. Well, let's get through the rest.
Well,
of the
yeah,
segment
let's go. Let's
here
keep going. Let's keep going.
so that we can get to the American Fork stuff. Because guys, it did not. The stuff we showed you yesterday. If only that was it. There's more. There's more of the American Fork Police Department just screwing themselves over.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
There's a lot of people on the dark web saying that Brian is going to throw Ben under the bus. But before his speech was silenced by
There's like some mystical force.
that it stopped him from being able to talk. I came to the conclusion that Brian's a really good guy. And, we talked before, this mystical force didn't
you
allow
wanna
him
pause
to
real
talk
quick?
anymore.
Yeah.
So a lot, like when you dive deep, a lot of people have been speculating or thinking that Brian's gonna throw Reckless Ben under the bus, like to get his money. And I think, like, I don't see that in that person. But I've been wrong about people before. Obviously, that's why I'm in the situation. But I don't think, especially with everything they've gone through, and it's been 2 years, I don't think Brian is that kind of guy. I think
I
he's
don't think
gonna.
so either.
The thing is,
Yeah.
look, I think that if Brian was gonna do that, I think that would have happened a lot sooner. I think it's very telling. I think, look, to me, I think that the time that Brian kind of showed that he was solid
Yeah.
and was gonna stick to his guns was when Ben told him, like, hey, look, Josh said he's willing to give your stuff back, and Brian was like, fuck that. he's like no, he's like I'm not gonna cave to what this guy wants, and then
Well,
he
he
brought up,
wanted an apology. He wanted an
yeah,
apology
yeah,
from
and then
Brian.
yeah, and basically, remember, Brian kind of turned it around and gave Ben something to think about. He's like, listen, Ben, he's probably doing this. He probably wants this so that he could basically use it as some kind of admission of this is not exactly what Brian said, but I know that this is what he was basically
Inferring.
implying by inferring with what he was saying. Brian knew that if he made that video apology and gave it to Josh, that's something that if he tried to sue him later, that they might use against him
Yeah.
as kind of an acknowledgement, that
Admission.
basically an admission of guilt on Brian's part, like that Brian did something wrong, because that's the thing. People will use apologies as a means to go at somebody else and be like, see, I was right, they were wrong.
McManana.
Yeah, they did it to Vic Mignogna. Yeah, so they'll use an apology as some kind of admission of guilt. They'll try to argue it as some kind of admission of guilt. But Brian was smart enough to see it and was like, no, because then they'll probably try to use that against me. He saw the broader picture, and he brought that up to Ben, and Ben was like, oh shoot, you know what? That might be true. And then when Ben tested that theory, it turned out, Brian was right. So that's what I mean. It's just like, I don't see a scenario where Brian would throw, like, I don't see how that would help him, right? Because Ben's the only guy that had really, Ben really didn't have anything to gain. You know what I mean? In the situation, right?
I think,
I
I don't think Ben has
views,
done.
but
Yeah, he's
really,
benefited him. Like,
Yeah.
it would make no sense.
but look at all the stuff that Ben has gone through for the sake of trying to do the right thing, even being arrested for the first time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
could have stopped at any point in this of like when he's getting
could have given up.
threatened and
When he first got arrested.
He could have given up after he first got arrested. He could have given up. Most there's a lot of people that probably would have. They probably would have said, "Oh, nah, man, I just got arrested. I'm not trying to go back to jail. You know, I've never been arrested before. I don't want my life to get ruined. This is too much for me. This is too much. I can't handle this. I'm out. I'm out. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't think it would go as far as me getting arrested." So, he could have dipped out right after the first time he got arrested, but no, then he got arrested again.
Again and again.
And he's and he's still in, dude. He got freaking.
And he recently put out a Instagram video. As soon as he stepped foot in Salt Lake City, he got pulled over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, if he really was.
But he was like so nonchalant. He's like, I got pulled over. Oh no.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, so Echo Base Network says, in all seriousness, I'd be shocked if Brian went after Ben for any reason. Yeah, I don't see any upside to him doing that.
Yeah.
This is the only guy that's really had his back from the very beginning. That seemingly has no other doesn't have an ulterior motive for helping him.
I'd be taken back as fuck, bro.
Man Blossom 82, thank you for the 5. Don't forget they weren't even going to give them the 5K in Lego. Yeah. I mean, it ended up being more than that. But go ahead, Relic.
Oh no, sorry. Just go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. I was just saying. Yeah, like I don't see a scenario where Brian would throw Ben under the bus for any reason. Even for money at this point.
Yeah, I was reading comments and going through this. It's one of the reasons why I hate Twitter, man. There's just slop everywhere.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah,
yeah,
I get it.
Every retard can just say whatever they want to say, and it's crazy. You should have a license to be on the internet at some point.
Oh man! All right, let's continue with this video so we can get into the American Fork stuff, because that's the juicy stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I can't find this mystical force in the air or where it exists, but it apparently does. So, and I know Brian's not the type of guy, just like we weren't, to throw his friend under the bus. So it's my opinion. and my North Korean hacker's opinion that Brian would never, ever do that. And my North Korean hacker revealed that there's a scene that would be really good. And this is according to a Neuralink chip in a monkey's brain. So take this, as just theoretical. Everything in this video is fake. No one's talking to anybody. We're not allowed to. This is, from a Neuralink chip in a monkey's brain. So, but this is the clip that the Neuralink monkey chip brain thing said would fit.
Barring me from the securities industry.
Barring me from getting my Legos back. Barring me from free speech.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I'm not throwing Reckless Ben under the bus.
Leaving!
Woo! This keeps getting copyright struck because of a song someone made where they clipped this whole entire movie in. Woo! Yeah! We're not throwing Ben under the bus because we don't suck. But you could say, yeah, this Neuralink chip monkey brain thing revealed to me, and this is some magical mystical force. I don't think it's going to have power for very much longer. I think a magical mystical force thing that stops people from like clicking buttons on a phone and posting things is going to be gone very soon. And I think this is, according to my North Korean hacker, at least, it's over. I'd say, and this is my opinion, this is just an educated guess, everything in this video is fake. This is a joke video. None of this is real. That part 3 will be out probably in 2 weeks, allegedly, according to, this fake video that isn't real. And I think that, after seeing it through a North Korean hacker, bricks and minifigs, you better buckle up, buddy, and this is a parody, none of this is real, but you guys are completely screwed. I'm just in a state of disbelief that that Amon McNeff is walking free, is unbelievable. And there should be a mystical, magical force forcing this to be released, but instead it's done the opposite. And I just don't understand. I feel like the legal system has just completely failed me and my friends to such a ridiculous degree at this point.
I think so too.
The callous lies that were told about us.
Yeah, so I'm guessing he probably already talked to Ben, and Ben probably gave him a time frame of 2 weeks, possibly.
Right. Yeah, and also it's like before, I think it was in the interview of Echo Base Network where he said he still hasn't seen part 3. That he's like a fan. He's friends with Ben, but he's also a fan. He wants to see it when it launches or whatever.
Right.
So Ben probably told him. He's like, it could be out at most in 2 weeks or something. He's like, lawyers are gonna look over it, make sure I'm good.
Yeah.
They're gonna kind of come over it, make sure I'm good to release it, and then I'll release it. It is my guess. That would be my guess. Now that he's kind of gotten the little bit of the green light there. So
in person, through this mystical, magical force field that is in the air that's not letting anyone do anything. I don't know. Just buckle up, guys. It's going to be coming soon, and it is wild, dude. But this video is fake, completely fake.
This video is fake.
Obviously, I don't have a North Korean hacker, so there's no way I could have seen part 3. Right? This is just a joke. So there's no North Korean. I'm going to disappoint everybody. There's no North Korean hacker that hacked into an Neuralink chip in a monkey's brain. So there's no way I saw part 3. Unless you guys know a North Korean hacker. I'm not very cool with any North Koreans. So, this is just a joke video, not real. None of this happened. This was a parody. Like I said, as fake, as Josh said, the paperwork is, this video is, and not as fake as the court paperwork that was real. I'm saying this video is actually fake, unlike the court paperwork that was real. Unlike, but you know what I mean? So it's like leveled, you know what I mean? It's like there's like irony thrown in and stuff in this video, and none of it's real. The paperwork, it's as unreal as Josh, unless he was lying.
It's as unreal as the hair on Josh's head.
I'm not lying. Is kind of my point here. So as truthful as Josh was, and I'm sure he believed it, right? And I believe that this video is fake. So yeah, that's see you guys in a week. I'm in part 3 and stuff, but I haven't seen it. It doesn't even exist actually, unfortunately. But yeah, so there's the update from the team. This is just a parody video. There's no North Korean hackers. There's no way for me to know anyone from North Korea. I have like 2 friends. So yeah, that's it. See you guys in part 3.
All right, so there goes
Solid.
Sheldon. That's Sheldon's update. Be sure
That's
to
a
check
good
out his
little
channel.
teaser. I feel like.
Yep.
I feel
Sheldon
like that's a teaser
Norcross
trailer.
is his channel. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat for those of you that want to check it out. Show Sheldon some support.
Hell yeah.
But there you go. So he kind of gives a little bit, of a timetable of when we could possibly expect the next part. So
What?
I say he gives a little bit of a timetable of when we could possibly expect the next part, which would probably be at most, I would think, in 2 weeks. But I guess we'll see. We'll have to wait and see if that's true or if it comes out before then. So, but
Sure.
here is
Yes, sir.
Sheldon's channel for those of you that want to check it out. I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Well, when Echo Base asks, when do you guys think it will be released? Part 3.
I think that probably within a week and a half.
I was thinking like a week or so. Yeah.
Yeah, week and a half. I think that it'll be because again, he's gonna probably have his lawyers go over it with a fine tooth comb, make sure that everything is above board, so it doesn't adversely affect the case or any kind of other anything in it that can be perceived as any kind of threat or things like that. Even though we know that Ben never threatened anybody, but anything that they could argue is like, hey, listen, we were cool, we played ball, but look at this part of the video where so and so who is not Ben says this thing, but he's in Ben's video or something. I mean, even though, like I said, I'm pretty sure there's probably not going to be any of that because even in Ben's videos, remember, there was never a point where anybody said, where anybody came and threatened Amanda or anybody had any bomb threats or anything like that. There's nothing in any of those videos that shows that. So, but again, probably just to be on the safe side, they'll make sure they'll go everything with a fine tooth comb to make sure that they can't try to like argue anything and try to get it shut down again. Would be my guess. So I think maybe in about a week and a half. I don't think it'll necessarily be the full 2 weeks. Because the thing is also people have been waiting for it. So,
I think for sure it's not in the next 2 days. We're not going to get it. And I think to play it safe,
I don't think
it's
so
going to
either.
be after the 30th of June.
Yeah.
After
I see that.
Yeah.
4th of July. It's coming out 4th of July. God bless America.
Dude.
That'd be a good
That'd be
good weekend
sick.
to do it, right?
Yeah.
4th of July,
weekend.
baby.
4th
And
of
it's
July.
celebrating freedom of speech.
God bless America.
Yeah. That would be pretty good.
Fireworks in chat.
Yes,
Do it.
All right, so here we have. This is the one that I talked about yesterday, but we didn't get to, which you can see here from the title of the video. This is one of Lackluster's videos, which I'll link also in the. I'll go ahead and link it here for those of you that want to watch it. If you want to watch it later, uninterrupted by our commentary, you guys could check it out in full.
No.
But-
Watch our commentary.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and start this. So you see criminal charges for not answering door.
Watch our commentary. I love this guy.
So,
in the temple and telling us that she knows what we're doing and that she's going to get us.
I don't feel safe.
John, it's your favorite
with
lady.
her.
Yeah.
I don't know what her capabilities.
well, this is a different one apparently. This is
No
a
way,
different one.
John. It
This is
can't
a
be.
different. No, I'm serious, bro. This is a
No,
different.
no.
Yeah.
It's another
There's
lady.
more than. There's apparently more than one. It's around,
no.
it's around that area in American Fork apparently.
Oh, play the video, John.
But it's too much. So I don't know what I'm asking you to do. But I can't do this anymore.
You're not wanting her arrested, though?
I don't know. Would it help? Or will she just want to kill me when she gets out?
RP's advising there's 2 individuals with guns on the RP's front door.
Oh my gosh!
So,
this is
have you
already
guys
off
seen
to
this
a
video
bang.
already?
No, this is already off to a bang though.
Yeah.
It's like, would it help?
Well,
what?
yeah, I don't know the context yet, so I don't know if she actually does feel
No.
like she's in danger.
I'm sure Lackluster will go over it. He'll go over
Yeah.
it. But it could be, look, maybe I shouldn't laugh because maybe it's a mentally ill individual. So maybe I'm
Yeah.
being sensitive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like the lady yesterday, was obviously not, she was obviously a Karen, right? She was
Yeah.
obviously
Yesterday
a
for
Karen.
sure.
She,
For sure.
not mentally ill, obviously a Karen. You know what I mean? Maybe a little crazy, maybe, possibly, because she did have the crazy eyes. But, but she was more of a Karen than anything else, you know? So I'm wondering if this is another situation like that.
Can hear them pounding on the door.
We are the American Fork Police Department. Come to the door.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In 2019, a viewer named Eric and his wife owned a home in American Fork, Utah. Yes,
Dude, look at those
that
guns,
American
bro.
Fork, Utah. But today's video has nothing to do with Legos. Eric and his wife lived at the end of a residential street, but the surrounding neighborhood was still being developed. Eventually, a home built on an adjacent street was assigned the same house number as theirs, and although the two homes were located on entirely different streets, Eric's mail was frequently delivered to the neighbor's address. Eric contacted both city officials and the United States Postal Service about the confusion, and eventually reached an agreement with the neighbors that they would change their address. But the problem continued. By May of 2020, a package intended for Eric's wife was once again delivered to the wrong address. It was later left in their mailbox, open. Eric's wife emailed the neighbor about the open package and urged them to complete the address change as they had agreed. But after receiving that email, the neighbor contacted the American Fork police, claiming that Eric's wife was schizophrenic or bipolar.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Remember yesterday?
Yeah, I was like, she might be schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my gosh. That's
What are the chances? What are the chances? It's the same thing. Whatever. We gotta find out.
Met her.
Yeah,
And her only correspondence was that single email. The neighbor also claimed that she feared potential violence and asked officers to accompany her to Eric's home for a keep the peace talk. And in a moment, you'll hear the neighbor's account of that meeting. But for now, it's only important to know that as a result of that meeting, the address was finally changed. Things went smooth for a few years, but in 2024, mail and packages began turning up missing again. This time, Eric contacted the post office, who claimed the issue was a new basement apartment using Eric's house number. Over the next few weeks, Eric began receiving his neighbors' mail, including letters from their financial institutions, their insurance company, and the DMV. So he sent an email asking the neighbors to stop using his address, or he would have to report them. And again, the neighbor's wife immediately contacted the American Fork Police Department, asking them to contact Eric and his wife to tell them to stop contacting the neighbors. About 5 months passed to the beginning of 2025, and Eric's wife crossed paths with the neighbor's husband at Temple. Now, they had a brief conversation and parted ways, but hours later, at 10 o'clock at night, the American Fork Police receive a call on their non-emergency line.
Police and fire dispatch. Hi. I have a neighbor that has been harassing us for, 5 years.
Okay, and what's your name?
She won't leave us alone.
Okay, tell me your name.
Jackie.
Okay, and so what happened tonight?
We were actually at the temple, and I didn't know she was there, and she just came up to my husband and started yelling at him in the temple and telling us that she knows what we're doing and that she's going to get us, and that
really
it's all about the mail, and she has this thing that she thinks that we're stealing her mail to try to steal her identity, and she won't let up. She has emailed us and threatened us. I had a police incident with her when we tried to go have a keep the peace, and this is our first. Sorry, this is why I'm shaking. How traumatic from that day.
All right, so they did this all in church, apparently, right?
Yeah.
No,
She's
so
claiming in temple, right?
So at temple, they probably were just outside the temple, and then had a conversation. Like because they cross paths. It's not like yeah. But yeah, so they probably also go to the same church.
Yeah.
Most likely because they're in the same neighborhood or
yes.
the next block.
What's interesting here is how she's framing all this, right? It's like it's about the mail stuff. Like, well, I mean, if you're returning mail open to them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable for them to assume that you're obviously, you're going through the mail, and they probably told you, "Hey, you get our mail, please don't open it, just bring it to us."
Mm-hmm.
And if you're opening it and then giving it to them opened, and they've already talked to you, I think it's reasonable for them to assume that like you might not have the best intentions if you're constantly opening their shit.
Yeah. So yeah, and they're the one that's making the phone call keeps opening their mail, or at least open that one box, right?
Yeah, at least yeah.
Okay, and just to
won't change, and apparently won't change the address. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see what the reluctance there would be, right? Especially if you don't want to keep hearing about it. That
Yeah.
you would just go do the change of address and be done with it, so you don't have to deal with them saying like, "Hey, please give us our mail."
But so that's where I'm like iffy on. Did they actually change their address and then it still kept happening?
So what happened was, according to what's been said here, is that the people who not the people here on the phone, but the people whose mail is going to their house, they already did
Mhm.
their change of address, and they were urging these people like, "Hey, change your address too, so that our mail stops coming to your place." You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha.
So
And-
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but they apparently still haven't done that, and that's what they've been like contacting them about. Like, hey, please do the change of address so that you can stop getting our
Gotcha.
mail.
Yeah.
You know?
And just there was a chat you highlighted. You
Yeah.
mind if I answer that? So
Yeah.
Acid Gubba, in a previous stream on right here on Toy Bounty Hunters channel, I shared my termination letter. So that's one of the documents I've already shared, and I've shared it with another YouTuber that will be either using it for a live stream or doing a video on. But I'm still working on redacting my franchise agreement.
Just
yeah.
just to follow up with that, yeah. So he's already proven his his legitimacy. So we've it's that'll come eventually once he's done. Yeah, once he's done redacting everything, he's more than willing to share it. But you also got to remember the franchise agreement is like 100 pages.
Actually, funny
80 or
enough,
100
my
pages.
friend. So Crystal's franchise agreement is apparently 350. Mine is 85.
Jeez.
And so I want to know, like, all the things they added later on.
Yeah, that's
to
crazy.
New franchise agreements versus the one that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is
But that's still a
pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's still a lot to go through. So.
And yeah, it's
So it's gonna take a little bit of time. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but he'll get to us. So.
And fun fact, since you haven't seen it yet, my termination letter is addressed first to Dear Mr. and Mrs. Messer, the ones that won against Bricks and Minifigs.
Yep.
So go to Toy Bounty Hunters.
Actually, I'll put the video.
Yeah, I'll put the video. Yeah.
I made a video about it,
So
I'll
you
put
could
the
check it
video
out after the stream. Yeah.
video, because that's something that we found to be pretty interesting with this whole ordeal, is because we believe that letter was possibly prepared.
Actually, yeah.
With the intent to give it to the Messers to try to use the same means to oust the Messers. But the thing is, the Messers, they got the drop on them first. So they weren't able to really do anything with that. So I think that they left that template for their lawyers to use for other people. Is how they use section 14 of the franchise agreement is like their favorite thing to use when they're seizing stores from people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're of the opinion, we feel like that's basically the playbook. So there's
John, your mic, come closer.
Yeah.
You guys
And by the way, Rachel and anybody asking, no legal YouTuber has actually reached out to me. There's some that have stated on stream that they're willing to talk to me, but anybody that I've messaged, either I haven't heard back from or they haven't seen it, but like nobody has. I haven't had contact with any legal YouTubers as of yet.
Yeah. Yep.
So just to put that out there, because I think on every stream somebody asked me if, or like every video I put out, there's a comment like, have you contacted this legal or been in contact with these legal YouTubers? And I have not talked to anyone yet. Not that I'm not willing, just nobody's contacted me. But again, they're focusing on the Reckless Ben story, and my story, even though there's detail that will help, it is a separate story. It is not, you know, Reckless Ben didn't help me out or with my situation, you know. So it's important to remember that everybody should focus on Reckless Ben and Brian Mansell.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we'll continue here.
I went with the police. It's all coming back to me. How she, I think she's about 45, 46.
So she's not older. She's
not well.
okay. So this happened at the temple, though, right?
Yeah, she just cornered my husband. We didn't know she was there, and she just started.
The location where it happened, since it was at the temple. Okay. You want me to have an officer call you? Is that okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
I will have him call you.
Thank you.
Now, because the alleged incident was not currently happening and no parties remained at the alleged scene, the American Fork Police gave Jacqueline's information to an officer to make contact. Officer Bronson Kitchen was assigned that detail. And if the name sounds familiar,
man.
He's the school resource officer for a middle school in American Fork, who recently appeared in a viral video I published the day after
another one
involving Legos.
Yep. So this was over a traffic stop. I actually seen this one, but I hadn't gotten around to getting to this. So he stopped this guy pretty much for no reason.
Yeah.
He stopped them for he said he stopped them for getting off on the wrong exit or something, inappropriate exit or something. Maybe he did. Right, he smelled it all the way from outside.
He trailed it. Yeah, he trailed it back to him. I smelled alcohol from like 30 yards away. I followed it back to you.
Yep, and then it turned out that he was completely wrong in stopping this guy, and then he tried to apologize to him afterwards in a call afterwards.
I'm sorry.
So I'm sorry, I was wrong. Yeah. So.
It's fine. Roll down your window. No, it's fine. I'm not asking you a question. Hey, you guys! It's fine. I'm not asking you a question. Give me my ticket. You want me to have highway come and break your window? Give me my ticket. Roll down your window. Give me my ticket, sir. Roll down your window. What am I being pulled over for? Because you just went to the carpool lane.
He starts off with
Yep.
He doesn't even fucking know.
Lane.
Intellectual right there. And
look, he tells this guy he went to the carpool lane, and the guy explains to him it's not the carpool lane, it's an exit. Like, what?
This is an exit to get off on this, and the carpool lane doesn't start till back there. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Give me my ticket or fuck off. One of the two. The way you came up to me and approached me like I was going to be intimidated by some blue line fucking bitch. I'm not intimidated by some fucking dick face. They're going to come up to me when they're fucking wrong. This is the exit lane. The carpool lane ends back in Paris. I drive this shit every fucking day. Fuck off. Shut your fucking mouth, give me my fucking ticket, and fuck off.
Now, I'll have an update on that story within the next week. But in our current episode, Officer Kitchen calls Jacqueline to hear her side of the story concerning what had just occurred at Temple.
Hello?
Hi, this is Jacqueline?
Yeah, this is.
Hi, this is Officer Kitchen with American Fork Police Department.
Hi, thank you for calling me back.
Of course. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
My husband just told me not to stir the pot because it just aggravates her, but we have a neighbor. It started about 5 years ago. 5-6 years ago? We moved in and our addresses are very similar. And she just, from the day we moved in, she just started to just heckle us, and now she's coming up with all of these thoughts of that we're renting out our basement illegally, that we're still.
Yeah.
No, it's a different lady. Oh, the same lady as before. I thought you meant the one from yesterday.
No.
This is the one from the call. Yes, from the same call earlier. Yep.
And I'm guessing they didn't hear the other lady's side of this.
Not yet.
I'm willing to bet. I think that's a safe assumption. I'm guessing that's where this is all heading.
We're 2 for 2 so far.
I'm gonna say not yet. I'm gonna say not yet. Maybe they'll surprise us. Let's see.
To steal her identity. And I mean, she has emailed the mayor. She has, like, you name it, she has done it. And it's been just like constant heckling for 6 years. I don't feel safe with her. She lives 1 street away. We did have a keep the peace visit with a police officer. It ended up being pretty traumatic. Another officer had to pick me up and take me to another property because she started to charge at me. She is so ill.
Doesn't it sound like the lady who's talking is projecting?
Oh, I mean, I get the sense.
I get the sense. Yeah, I get that sense, right?
Spoilers, John. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I don't know.
Schizo.
We were at the temple of all places, and we didn't know she was there, and she just started to come up to my husband, and she was throwing down all the things that she knows that we're doing, and she's just harassing. And the last time this happened, a police officer told me to call back, and they can technically. I don't want her to be arrested, but if she.
But I kind of want her to be arrested.
It looks like she was gonna say. They said that she can't technically be arrested. But she's like, oh, but I don't want her to be.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of being arrested for harassment.
Okay.
I don't want to stir the pot with her anymore because I don't feel safe with her.
Right.
I thought she was heckling you. Why would you stir the pot with her? That's interesting.
But it's too much. Anyway, she just did that into the temple of all places. Like, what's she gonna do outside of it?
Right.
So I don't know what I'm asking you to do, but I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So I'm guessing that this interaction probably isn't as bad as what she's making out to be. Maybe the lady was very assertive and stern. She was probably like, hey, listen, look, we've been through this before. I need to tell you guys, please just do this, that, or the other. We're sick and tired of having to tell you guys. I didn't want to have to do it here. You know, she was probably being like stern and assertive with them. And she's making it seem like this lady came up and was being belligerent, which again is possible. It's within the realm of possibility that she might be telling the truth. But I don't know. Like with a lot of these people, I have to take it with a grain of salt because we saw the video yesterday with the lady with the crazy eyes who was like, she's totally throwing rocks at me, even though I've never seen her do it. But I have her on video. But she's not in the video.
John, you see how vague things are being said? Like, instead of being like, like, oh, there was somebody there. They saw this happen, something to corroborate what you're saying. You were a public area, There had to be somebody to see you, probably. And what is it like?
Patty O'Grady. He was there.
No, the statement, she's like, I don't want to stir the pot with her anymore. I'm like, why would you say that if you never stir the pot and she heckles you? Why would you say that? That's a weird choice of words to me, but.
Well, not just that. I would assume you'd be able to cite some witnesses that would corroborate your story, right?
Yeah.
Or be specific of what she's doing.
Or something.
Yeah, like what is she saying?
But other people around. Because if it was outside of temple, right, you would presume there would be other people there too that witnessed what was happening.
You're a whore, Elizabeth. Yeah, I can see that.
You harlot.
Yeah.
Charlatan. Yeah.
All right, I guess let's find out.
I don't feel unsafe in my neighborhood or in my own home.
Okay, you're not wanting
very
her
performative.
arrested, though?
That's kind of what I'm saying. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. Would it help, or will she just want to kill me when she gets out?
I don't know. I mean, she probably wouldn't know.
Oh, she'll know.
Okay, so that could aggravate it.
Could you just call her and remind her that if she harasses us or speaks to us again, she will be arrested, and this is just a warning.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I thought you don't want her to be arrested. What's going on, lady? Make up your mind.
Yeah.
There's a wild phenomenon in the psychology behind calling 911. In most circumstances, the first person to call becomes the presumed victim. Their version of events are written down first.
Well, this is already foreboding.
Radio, and then framed as the reason officers are there. And by the time police make contact with the other side, they're no longer approaching a neutral citizen. They're approaching their suspect.
Yeah, they're approaching with bias. Yeah.
Officers fail to investigate the reason that they were called, the person that calls first gets the unfair benefit of credibility, while those who refuse to participate become the problem. In this case, much like the traffic stop a minute ago, Officer Kitchen had no reasonable suspicion or probable cause of a crime. Yet, he was already inquiring about putting Eric's wife in jail. But Jacqueline, the woman he was speaking with, wasn't even present at the alleged interaction. She just happened to be the first to call.
Get the fuck out of here.
What
You hear that?
the hell?
Look at that.
That's insane, bro.
Straight up lied to the police. She came up to my husband when we were at Temple. You weren't there, lady.
Yeah, that's what I had a feeling too. I bet they're gonna be like either they never went to Temple or the other lady didn't go to the Temple. Like, you know, one of them weren't there.
This is wild, and I bet she clarifies it later. She's like, "Well, I actually wasn't there, but my husband told me."
I have the footage. I have the footage of my husband telling me.
It's just like the other lady. It's just
and
like
I do think
rocks at me.
What's happening in Utah?
I know we're like what's it called? Spirit Warrior brought up a good point. That you got to empathize a little bit with the police officers, and I totally understand that. But again, American Fork Police Department, we've seen that they've had zero training. We've seen that we understand the bias. That's a normal thing.
Well, they bursted into somebody's home yesterday.
But they burst into somebody's home. They're just taking sides. Like, let's see how much more this develops. But I totally get like empathizing with police officers because they do see the worst in humanity. Totally understand that. Good point. But American Fork sucks.
Yeah, well, we saw videos of them yesterday, you know, like even telling them like, there's nothing we can do like legally, you know, when they went to the fucking police station and shit.
There's at least one reasonable officer there at the police station. But that's the thing. Look, I'm not like, there's obviously, you know, I'm not like anti-police either because there are some stuff by the book that do stuff by the book and actually are there to try to make some kind of a difference and actually do their job. But yeah, there is going to be some that they're just, you know, they're not well trained. There's going to be some that don't have the best intentions when they do end up putting on the badge, or maybe they did have the best intentions and got jaded over the years.
And they have repeat offenses for civil rights, like
but it's just like, but in the case of these guys, I think it's a little bit of, you know, incompetence. It's a little bit of them just not really also just going that extra mile to do their due diligence. Because
they're not real
no. I mean, well, you see it like with yesterday, the video we went over yesterday, where they straight up, they just believe that one lady, and they go over to the other lady's house. The
gave her a citation.
The husband is well aware of their rights, and they just straight up just violate these people's rights. They burst into their home. They grab the lady, you know, with the intent to arrest her. They don't end up arrested because they know they messed up.
She's under arrest, but she's not going to jail.
And they end up having to walk it back because they know that they screwed up, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just like, and then you see it again here. It's just like already, I think it's pretty clear what's going to happen here. Officer Kitchen here is just going to believe this lady outright, which again, I get what he's saying.
We could be jumping the gun
behind it, but it's, you know, that's not the way these interactions are supposed to go. You have to
they threw, but you got to
learn from your mistakes.
You got to remember they do things differently down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Forget it. Yep. Yeah, let's keep going.
You know the best part? That was Officer Tonga in those videos, and he says it more than once. You
that's
know that,
wild.
Right?
For real?
He said it. I just remembered that he also said it to the Mormon kid. Remember the Mormon kid that was outside of the house? Officer Tonga tells that kid, remember, he said that to Tyler and Ben, but he also said it to the Mormon kid. He says, well, this is American Fork, Utah. We do things differently here. I was just like, oh my gosh. So that's just one of that dude's lines. He's
that's just like, his catchphrase, yeah.
That's like his catchphrase. He likes to tell people that to flex, I guess. I don't know.
That's
also,
cool.
Anytime you like run into her in person, even if it's at the temple, you can give us a call and let us know that like she's harassing you in person, and we can come and deal with it there.
I know. Because it wasn't me.
Okay.
I would have done that, but I wasn't there. My husband I walked out. He's never met her. I've seen
Look
her
at this shit.
Once.
You just told him.
Yeah, she said she's only seen her twice.
She just told him she wasn't there. She just told him she wasn't there after saying,
Can you imagine calling the cops and being like, I heard about this story. It's like, dude, this ain't story time. Did something happen to you? If not, get the freak out of my face. Yeah. I gotta go work.
That's Utah, though. That would be Florida. Florida, the fucking cops would be like, fuck off. Like, hang up on you, bro.
Dude. It's like, yeah, we can't. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
She did come to church, and I didn't know who she was. And a second time was when I tried to do the keep the peace visit.
Okay.
So I think I know. I would recognize her. I do that. I would recognize her if I saw her in person.
This is so freaking weird. I would recognize her, but I wouldn't. I would, but I wouldn't. I've never seen her before, but I have. What? Is that, bro? This reminds me of the John Chocolate. What the fuck? You know that?
It reminds me of that old Looney Tunes. It's like fucking spiel. That thing, that shit, like that backwards talking.
Yep.
Like that's what it reminds me of. But go ahead.
Yeah, man.
My husband just has no idea what she looks like. So she just bombarded him in the temple and was quite shaken up and
gotcha
from it. And so I just, just the trauma of when she charged at me.
The suffering.
When I tried to go talk to her peacefully, it just kind of all came back. So that's why I called you.
Yeah. Okay.
What is going on?
Yeah, I will definitely give her a call and let her know that it's a warning.
I'm interested to see how this officer is going to handle it.
If the harassment continues, she can be arrested.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
This feels
So
like a
far,
training purposes
Jacqueline has
training
claimed
video,
that
bro.
Eric's wife has called the mayor.
I mean, she has emailed the mayor.
They have heckled her for 6 years.
It's been just like constant heckling for 6 years.
And now, although she wasn't even present, Jacqueline now claims that Eric's wife approached her husband and, quote, threw down everything she knew they had been doing and accused her of harassment.
And she just started to come up to my husband, and she was throwing down all the things that she knows that we're doing, and she's just harassing.
And Officer Kitchen once again shows that he has...
I know you're stealing from the church.
The law is by telling Jacqueline that he will give Eric's wife a warning this time. But next time, she could be arrested for harassment. But under Utah Criminal Code Section 106 and 202, harassment is defined as when a person intends to frighten, threaten, intimidate, or harass another person by communicating a written or recorded threat to commit a violent felony. And Jacqueline's claims of emailing the mayor and being heckled, or even being approached at church, obviously omits any relevant act that could be defined by the harassment code. But Officer Kitchen still calls to warn Eric's wife. And when he does, Eric answers the phone.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Good.
Hello?
Hi, is this?
Nope, this is Eric.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking for a... This is the number...
Where are you calling from?
Excuse me?
Where are you calling from?
I'm with the American Fork Police Department.
American Fork Police Department?
Yep.
You guys again? We're not interested, buddy.
We're not interested.
I love
whatever you're selling. We don't want it.
I love that he's like, you guys again? Is that really?
They're not gonna like that either.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I love. Okay, this just got a lot more interesting. Hold on.
We don't care what you're selling.
I'm not selling anything. I need to
No, you don't.
I do.
You have no business calling, so leave us the hell alone and stop calling here.
I'm calling to let her know.
Now realizing that he had been hung up
John.
on.
Oh, good Lord.
John.
No.
Did you hear that?
That is so great. Dude, you know what would have been, bro, the
John.
best, you know what would have been awesome if before the husband hung up, if he would have been like, well, Mr. Police Officer, I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Mr. Tone.
Fuck.
Oh, man. Wow.
This guy's the GOAT.
That is great. That is great. He just hung up. He's just like, yeah, we're done.
John, do you also notice the pattern of how every time, like, somebody, like, fights them back, they just don't know what to do? They get into that flabbergasted state.
Dude, but I'll tell you this. You know what's crazy? Like, freaking people in Utah, like, there's something great about living in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Because it's very... And there's obviously some bad things, and hopefully you get into the right neighborhood, because there's bad religious people and good religious people, but whatever. I could tell you guys stories for days. But a lot of people never had confrontation face to face.
Oh,
ever.
Okay.
Ever, dude. Like, especially police. Like I don't know if I told you guys the story about when my mom tackled the police officer and then punched me in the face. Or no, tackled the vice principal and punched me in the face, then the police officer came out. Like
maybe.
Dude, okay,
maybe.
so like I was like 11 or 12, and me and a friend of mine had this bright idea to be like, hey, for us to make money, why don't we just find everybody we hate, steal their iPods, and sell it back to them?
Okay.
Right? So obviously we got caught. Police got involved. They called my mom, and I was like, don't call my mom. You don't want to do that. And they're like, you're a minor. We have to. I'm like, all right. By the way, vice principal's like 6'4", fat dude. And I'm in the hallway. I see my mom, dude, charging at me like a rhino, dude. And I'm like, oh, shoot. And then the vice principal sees like, hey, calm down, ma'am, and tries to get in front of her. And she just freaking shoulders him to the ground, sees me, boom. I fall to the ground. The police officer comes out and like starts yelling like, hey, you can't strike your kids or whatever. And then she starts yelling at him, and she puts her finger in his face and is like, in my country, this is discipline. If you guys did this more in your country, you have less kids doing stupid things like my son just did. Excuse me. And then just starts yelling the hell out of me, dude. It was, and then like the police officer was in shock, and he was just like, and then just walked in the office and waited till she tore me a new one. It was awesome in hindsight now. Terrible for me at the time because I was a freaking moron.
Okay.
No, but you look at it now, it's just like, hey, mama was doing her job.
Oh, dude. It was like the worst month of my life after that. It was.
I can imagine.
It's imprinted in my brain.
Hey, but you never did it again, though, right?
No, never did that again. Never, like
Mama
the worst part was that I disappointed her and my dad. You know, like I could have taken a million beatings, but like the disappointment, dude, that like struck through the bone.
Yeah, that's how you learn, though, man.
Yeah.
And that's she instilled that in you for life, so that's good.
Yeah, beat your kids, people.
Oh man. So now realizing he had been hung up on, he calls again.
Professional move.
I'm going to report you for electronic communication harassment with the county.
Okay, I'm letting you know that I'm calling to...
Yeah.
Officer Kitchen gathers a posse.
He has to block the police department,
Officer
bro.
Jensen, and Officer Richardson, who was best known for his recent role in the Reckless Ben Lego saga.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was on Reckless Ben. What the?
Oh shit!
All right, are we getting somewhere, folks?
What the fuck is going on?
I can't believe
Hell yeah, John.
he got back up because he was hung up on. Oh.
It happens, John. You got them kind of guys out there. It's Utah.
Guys, he hung up on me. I'm gonna need backup.
He's like, I don't know what to do.
I've never been hung up on.
Jeez.
Oh, man. This is so good.
Heck, that's so crazy, dude. Obey every traffic law.
He's got his lights on.
Oh, shoot.
He's pulling us over.
What's up, my man?
How you liking
Good,
Utah?
how are you?
Good.
My name's Officer Richardson with American Port Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign. You didn't come to the stop at it.
I didn't?
Get the fuck out of here. It all fucking
Do you have a
is.
driver's license on you?
Yeah, I do.
Appreciate you.
My insurance is on my phone. Is it cool if I pull
Yeah,
it
that's
up?
fine. Yeah. I'll just give you a minute
I'm
for
so
that.
sorry
Okay?
that I didn't.
Oh,
I
you're
thought
good.
I stopped.
You're good.
Yeah, you definitely stopped.
I was so sure that we stopped at the stop sign that I actually requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
The three amigos parked down the block from Eric's residence and walked to his front door at 10:15 p.m. to cause a scene after being hung up on. Twice.
Nobody hangs up on me. Nobody.
Respect my authority.
They just shut the garage door.
Oh no.
Hit it again.
What's the date, John? What's the date say up there?
Noticing two men on their front porch, Eric
it's
calls
March
out
21st.
one the sheriff's deputy
25.
to
So
respond
this was last year in March.
Okay. Got you.
instead of American Fork Police, due to their previous unsatisfactory encounters with AFPD.
Somebody in there. I heard them. Yeah, there are. I heard them in the garage.
I hear them in there.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
American Fork.
All right, that's what I'm showing. Tell me exactly what's happening.
There's men with guns on my porch. Please send county sheriffs. Not an American Fork Police. We don't want American Fork Police. We need the county.
They're watched on the doorbell now.
They're calling the cops on the cops?
Yeah, so they're calling a different police department.
Fuck yeah.
So they're calling the sheriff's office on the
The American Fork Police.
Yep.
Professional move right there.
The cops are gonna show. Get the fuck out of here.
And for those of you guys who don't know, American Fork, like this, the town, the city itself, it's very small. So we're probably gonna see more often some of the same officers doing the same bull crap.
It's got a population of like 35,000 people.
Yeah,
It's very
small.
very small. Yeah.
There's some towns in there that's like has a population like 400.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
County here. We don't want American Fork Police here. We need the county sheriff here.
She came to the door and saw me.
They're really annoying.
If you're in American Fork, it'll have to be American Fork officers. Okay, can you tell how many are there?
2.
There's 2? Okay.
I'm gonna try calling again. I'll keep standing there knocking.
The police need to get off our porch.
Okay, what? Who's on the, are they males or females, can you tell?
They're males.
They're two males? Okay.
Dressed as police officers.
They're officers?
Get them off our porch.
Okay, you said they're actually officers on your
I don't know. They're dressed as police officers. Get them off our porch.
Please enter your area code and phone number, followed by pound. If you make a mistake...
Maybe have something on their phone that blocks stuff.
Bro, they're like home invaders. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like a horror movie.
Enter your area code and phone number.
Well, it makes you wonder what would have happened if they had opened the door, right? Would the same thing have happened that happened to the Thorpes, right?
That they would have just charged right in.
That they would have just charged right in, you know what I mean? And been like, you need to stop harassing this lady or you're going to go under arrest. Even though you're not under arrest. So, I don't blame them for not opening the door.
It's not. It's.
I mean, bro, like, take the hint with the phone call being hung up on, you know?
Yeah.
Showed up at the house.
We're getting a weapon offense, 591 West, 1040 North.
Of course. That's here.
The RP is advising there's two individuals with guns on the RP's front door. Can hear them pounding on the door.
The fuck?
They're right here. What? It's our address. Oh, really?
5J31, that's going to be myself. 5J44 and 5J82.
It's the American Fort Police Department. Come to the door.
Okay, they are police officers, and you're not willing to open the door for them?
I'm not. They're not coming in they're not entering our house.
Okay.
Want me to bring up the card in red and blues?
No.
And then what?
American Fort Police.
You always said
It's
when
just
you bring out
scare
the car, red
tactic.
and blues. It's just like what? And what?
It's
What
for
are you
like
gonna do next?
it's for like embarrassment, like so that other neighbors will see, and then people are like, oh shoot, and then they feel obligated to come out.
Yeah, to come out and because there's flashing lights in front of their house. It's just like just to draw more attention.
Department, come to the door.
We've called 911, and we have the county sheriff coming right now.
We are the American Fort Police Department. Come to the door.
Yo, this dude's gonna like break her door.
They're counting on our door. They have no business being here.
Okay, like I said, I will let them know that they are American Force officers, so.
Okay, they're not coming in.
So what?
Okay.
We don't want American Fort Police officers here.
But J31, if you're still landline with that weapons offense coming out, if you'll just advise her it's the police department and she'll come to the door.
They have no warrant.
Nope. They don't have a reason to be there at all.
I'm getting some Eminem vibes, you know.
Yeah.
Dear Slim, I wrote you, you
There's no
still
reason
ain't
to be
writing. You know, like fucking,
Dude
won't go away.
Literally decided to roll up on their house because he got hung up on.
This is Stan, your biggest fan.
This is being recorded, and this is going to go to court, and it's not going to
American Fort Police. American Fort Police Department. Come to the door.
right now. Get off our property. We're sending you this area. Get off our property.
I'm going to bring my car.
We
up
are
to my
the
lights
police
off.
department.
Tears go rolling down my eyes, but I can't see at
the
all.
door for 5J, only for 1J.
31, I come to the door.
can't feel it all.
You can roll them this way.
It's not so bad. It's not so
It's not
bad.
so bad. Go rolling down my eyes, and I can't see at all.
Just wait.
They're getting a county officer to respond. I just don't know how far out the county officer is, okay?
Nice.
Make them leave. Tell police officers to leave.
Dude, what a
Get off the damn
fiasco.
property.
Oh my gosh.
We have a crazy neighbor.
The police
who's
aren't
called
embarrassed?
My wife. They're using police as a way to harass us. And this is what they're
I mean, they probably are now.
Insane.
The Three Stooges mute their body cameras as Officer Richardson moves his cruiser to the front of the house to block the driveway.
These gaytards, dude.
Oh, you're gonna block the driveway for what? For what? These people aren't gonna open the door, man.
Gotta leave sometime.
My lights on?
They know who we are.
Oh.
Over the next few minutes, they return to the front door, but the audio is still muted or has been redacted, which could be anyone's guess, as this isn't the first time the agency's records department was called into question, And it only gets worse at the end of this video.
All right,
Fortunately,
gentlemen,
the Ring
gentlemen.
camera system...
Yeah.
This is just about to get juicy for me, but I do gotta go. I have another stream plan. But I thank you guys again for having me on.
Thank you for joining us, man.
I actually do want to stay on. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the climax.
We can talk later, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Have a good stream.
All right.
Do your stream, man.
You guys have a good night. Good night, chat. Peace out.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Take it easy, Robert.
All right, boy.
We're going to continue here.
Picked up some of what the agency muted.
Ma'am, my name's Officer Rich, the Maricopa Police Department. Can you just come talk to me?
No.
She's not going to talk to us. Oh, wait. Slow yelling.
I can't see it all.
I mean, you've been
We're not going to leave.
You're not going to leave.
What? Yeah, get ready. She's still on the phone with dispatch, so I can hear her.
Are they gonna throw
Mind
tear
you-
gas in the house? Like, what the
mind
fuck
you-
are they doing?
If they're gonna, if the whole thing was just them bringing a citation or wanting to give her a citation, they could have just left it at the door and left. That's it. They could have just left it at the door, on the floor.
Yeah.
Keep coming away from the door. I'm just waiting. Down here. On the sidewalk.
Officer Jensen tells Kitchen to prepare a citation after a phone call alleging acts from a person that wasn't present during the encounter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, remember, we go back to it, right? The lady that called the police wasn't even there when her husband
Wasn't
got,
there.
She wasn't there when her husband got allegedly confronted by
And she told
lady inside
Officer
this house.
Kitchen, she told him that too.
Yep. At first, she made it seem like she was, and then told the truth and said, "I wasn't, I was there." But she approached my husband at Temple.
Yeah.
When she first told him about it, though, she said, "We were at Temple,"
Yep.
making it seem like she was there when she came up. and
She lied.
confronted him.
Yeah.
She straight up lied from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So do you want to come?
We're not coming to the door. Get off our property, asshole.
Just walked away. Okay.
See you.
A few minutes after muting their body cams, Officer Jensen unmutes for no apparent reason.
You know, you're standing across the street.
Just stay back from the windows. Yep.
I don't know what they're expecting here.
As soon
At
as
this
Wanje
point,
shows up,
it's obvious that these people are not going to let him in. So I don't know what they're expecting here
Right.
at this point, right?
Right.
Like, what are you guys going to do? It's a citation.
I'm curious. I'm like, how far are they going to take this?
Yeah.
hey, I like their CAD note of officers are saying they're going to shoot through the door and hurt them. I don't think
What?
anyone ever.
No, they don't have a warrant at all. They have no business being there. There's no reason they should be here. They want to give a citation, but the thing is, they don't have to open the door to receive a citation. They could just leave the citation right there, in the door jamb or whatever, or right there on the floor. They don't need to physically accept the citation.
They can mail it to her too.
They can mail it to her. Like they're doing all this extra shit for no reason.
They're being extra for nothing.
Yeah, they're just trying to flex. That's it. They're just trying to flex their power.
The power. Yeah. That's what it seems like anyway. So
Yeah, it seems like they're just trying to intimidate to get their way.
Never said that. Right?
Officer
we
Kitchen
recorded.
says they're lucky to record everything, as his body cam is literally muted. And immediately after affirming Officer Kitchen's statement, Officer Jensen mutes his body cam as well.
Until here, I'll let you know when that county officer arrives, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Are they close?
I'm not Nora. I don't know how far out they are.
So the people inside the house, they requested for the sheriff's office to send somebody out. So that's what he's waiting for. For the guy inside the house, he's waiting for somebody from the sheriff's department to show up.
RP did tell us that you're across the street, but just wanted to make sure he wants you off the property.
5J31, confirm we're off.
Yep, that's the other thing too. Exactly. This is late at night.
Yeah.
This is late at night that they're doing all this crap.
His property, and no one has threatened to shoot through the door. Just 10
They did that to the other people too yesterday, didn't
later, a Utah County Sheriff's
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
It was in the middle of the night, right?
In the middle of the night, they showed up to the Thorpe's house. Yeah.
Like twice, didn't they? The first night, didn't they go there twice?
The one night that they burst in, it was just that one night.
Oh, the one night. But I thought they went there to originally do a different citation, like a different time, and they didn't open the door. Remember?
No.
No, I'm probably just misremembering. Don't worry about it.
No. Yeah, it was. They went there in the night, and that's when they burst in and all that stuff. That was all the same night. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but damn, that was like late as hell.
Officer Kitchen is the only one to unmute. He can be seen holding several citations in his hand.
Shit.
How's it going? Not too bad. So this started off as just a harassment call that the neighbor didn't want her cited or arrested. So I just tried to call just to warn her.
So I'm here to give her these citations.
In public, and they hung up on me, told me I had no reason to call, so I called back again. Sorry. You're good.
So, man. 5J31, I copy. We're going to need at least 2 of us here for that.
Okay. I'm talking to the 5J officers right now, so I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay.
I'm on lot 2. FYI.
So here's the sheriff's department guy.
Yeah.
All right, see.
What's up, dude?
How much? How are you?
Oh, we're good. We're just knocking on a door, and then she calls in a weapon offense on us. So.
Yeah. Oh, so it's a female suspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I literally was just going to try to give her a warning.
Yeah.
But then this occurred, so I have a disorderly citation for her.
That's right. The geniuses at the American Fork Police Department wrote a disorderly conduct citation for a person who was accused of speaking to another woman's husband at church. There were no threats, and there was no immediate breach of the peace alleged. All of the information these officers have received came from a third party that did not even witness the interaction. This is known in courts as hearsay.
That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I don't even know these guys.
Yep. It just again just shows their pattern of just terrible freaking tactics and how poorly trained they are. Just straight up incompetent.
It's like they just made up a citation, bro. I'm so embarrassed.
And
I'm like, I don't even know these guys.
And again, they didn't even have to hand deliver to her. They could have just left it there. They're doing this is all unnecessary shit that they're doing right now by even still being there. They're wasting their own time. The sheriff's time is being wasted. Yeah.
Lieutenant Adamson from the Reckless Ben saga.
We remember him.
He's the one who grabbed Ben, claiming that he was making quick movements, though in the video, it shows Ben standing still at the time the lieutenant grabbed him.
And Adamson, the guy who did this to Ben, is the same guy that arrested Sheldon, is the same guy who apparently has, is one of the longer standing officers here in this department, right? And and Adamson is also the one that clearly established, showed in his video, hadn't done any kind of civil rights training, along with 8 other officers that hadn't, as well as having PR training, right? Having public relations and media training, but not having any kind of civil rights training.
I love clearly established his videos. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill. Are we all going to prison today?
He's also the same lieutenant who obtained a sketchy search warrant from a homie that they were doing hydros with while blasting the Desert Eagle.
You remember we were doing hydro with the guy with the deagle? Huh? Remember when we did hydro with the guy with the Desert Eagle? Yeah. This is his Airbnb. He's in my truck right now. Really? I'm not small. Yeah. And I told people that. He was like, what the fuck? That's so funny. The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off. But I'm just going to give him this copy of the warrant, tell him how it went. Or these douchebags probably have property. Oops. Shouldn't have said that.
Yes, that douchebag, Lieutenant Quinn Adamson, sent this text message encouraging the charge of disorderly
what
conduct.
does it say, John?
What happened?
What does it say? Is he going to read that?
We'll go ahead and read it. So it says, also, just a heads up, we just had yelling somebody over at the temple. Looks like her location is a 2-officer response. She answered the phone for kitchen and told them not to call anymore. They are headed over to talk to her right now, likely giving her a citation for disorderly conduct. We will see. Can you take a phone call? So this is apparently a message that Adamson sent to somebody regarding this woman that they're trying to cite. That they're saying, you know, trying to say that she confronted some guy's husband. Yeah.
Only one side of the story from a third-party witness who wasn't present. And while the officers' body cams were muted a few minutes ago, douchebag Adamson allegedly recommended charging the family with obstruction for refusing to answer.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
That's his go-to.
His go-to. Remember, that's what he wanted to charge Sheldon with. Or he was threatening charging him with that, right? Because Sheldon simply wanted to lock his phone.
Yeah. Or didn't want to hand over his phone or something like that. I can't. Yeah.
Well, he was going to hand it over, but the thing is, he tried to lock it beforehand.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was just like, that's obstruction. You're trying.
That's right.
You're trying. Remember
to delete evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the door. Now this seems to be one of the most un-American things I think I've ever heard.
Okay. Quinn was wondering if we go obstruction with it too, because she's refusing to answer the door.
Obstruction for not answering the door. Hands on head, retarded.
Yes, John. It
Hands
really
on
is.
head, retarded. That's so ridiculous. Obstruction. Cite her for obstruction for not answering the door.
Ting tang walla walla bing
She hung
bang.
up on you twice.
Yeah, we could do
She
that.
stared at me through the door and then ran away. So I'm wondering.
She hung up on you twice. She stared at me through the.
He
Okay.
keeps mentioning that, bro. He's gonna rolling down my eyes. Yeah, go ahead.
He called back up. He called back
did
up.
call back
She
up.
hung
He
up
did call back
because
up.
she hung up the phone on him.
I need help.
If you want to run obstruction.
I need help. This lady hung up on me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Nobody's ever hung up on me before.
Too, then that's.
I will add that.
Officer Kitchen now returns to his cruiser to write up another citation, adding obstruction to the charges. And at this point, they decide that they will simply mail the citations to the family, and the sheriff's deputy will leave without ever contacting Eric or his wife.
Kitchen 1022 on 1J. Their response won't be necessary anymore. You just have the units pull off that detail, and we'll write it up.
Copy.
After the deputy leaves, the officers continue to try to find charges to levy against the family for not answering their door in the middle of
So
the
did
night.
they just intercept that guy basically?
Yeah. That was a firm. That wasn't 911.
Or I
After
guess
the
he just
incident,
didn't talk to
Eric
them. I
filed
don't
a
know.
records request for any records related to this incident. One of the emails he received was between the chief of police and Detective Corey Maxfield, who was assigned to investigate Eric and his wife. In that email, the detective tells the chief that he had spoken to Eric's neighbor's husband, the alleged victim, and he said that it wasn't even a great case to prosecute. The detective continues, stating that it sounded like it was just a brief conversation between Eric's wife and the neighbor's husband, not a disorderly conduct issue. He says he's still waiting on the local prosecutor, Sherilyn Egner, to call him and discuss it, as if he didn't have body cam videos to, look at the incident yourself. Now, Detective Maxwell spoke with the prosecutor first and relayed to the chief that she didn't think it was a slam dunk case either, and doesn't feel good about moving forward with any of the charges. And as Eric began receiving records, he kept finding things that were missing, so he would send more requests. And after they denied his fourth request, claiming that there was an open investigation, he filed an appeal. And just 5 minutes later, the chief of police messages the city administrator, David Bunker, to request a meeting. Several others were requested to join, including the police project manager and record specialist, Adam Ellison. He's important. We'll come back to him in a minute. The police record specialist, Jamie Stowers, whose husband is a sergeant for the American Fork Police Department, and a private attorney, Heather Shriver. undoubtedly to be paid by taxpayer funds, all to figure out how to prevent Eric from obtaining records related to this incident. It's unclear whether the meeting ever took place, as they've refused to release any of the records regarding it. Now, Eric fought for the records all the way to the State Records Committee, but the city continues to claim that the records do not exist, including records of the citations that were clearly printed and held in Kitchen's hand. And realistically, after this Reckless Ben saga, it appears that they have a pattern in practice concerning issues from the records department.
Again, the police were thinking.
This is crazy, man. Look at this stuff. that they
Corruption,
do.
bro.
So I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened, right?
What happened, John?
Even though they wanted to cite this lady, and they probably filled out the paperwork, they probably never filed it. They probably said, "Fuck it, this is stupid. It's probably not going to go anywhere."
Or they probably just fucking forgot to send it.
Or they were that dumb. Yeah, they just forgot to send it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel it's like maybe somebody caught them along the way and was like, "Guys, it's probably not a good idea. It's probably not going to go anywhere because you guys are retarded." Listen to me. Maybe there's one actually, one officer there that's actually not retarded, and was like, "Listen, you guys are retarded, so listen to me, who's not retarded, and don't do this." So, because I would assume that's why they never got copies of any of that stuff, or maybe the chief was just like, "Okay, no, we're not sending any of that out. Forget it."
Right.
So cover up. Yeah.
Thinking of any technicality they could think of to protect their Mormon friend.
Look at your stalking code. See if it's that. If it's not, we're going to look at disorderly. If it's not disorderly, then we're going to look at the city ordinance.
And then for the rest of this footage.
See that, and that to me was so super telling too. When we saw that in Ben's video, when Adamson was just like, "Okay, well, let's get him for this. Well, if we can't get him for this, let's get him for that. Well, then let's look at the city ordinance." You know what I mean? It's so freaking corrupt, man.
The police redacted all of the audio. So I called up the police station to find out why.
All the redactions are done pursuant to the Utah State Code. We don't redact things just because we feel like it, or just because something looks funny. Everything is
that did not hold up
to Utah State Code. And other than that, I can't really delve into any more detail.
But the police made a mistake. They accidentally forgot to mute this police officer's audio. So when you sync the two clips together, I can actually hear what they're saying here. So I decided to let the police department know that some of the redactions they made aren't exactly what they're claiming they are.
I think you guys might have accidentally forgot to redact another clip that was at the same time. And when I synced the two clips together, I was able to see what they were saying, like what the redaction was. And he was talking about how what we're doing actually isn't illegal and how the police officer might be wrong. And so it wasn't about protecting a victim. It wasn't any personal information. And so I was wondering, it seems like there might be a lot of stuff like that got redacted, maybe to protect the police officers, not to protect the victims, if that makes sense. And so
yeah, we don't do that. So like I said, anything that's redacted is pursuant to Utah
they
State
definitely
Code.
do that.
I can tell because
They 100% do that. That's how they try to avoid lawsuits.
the two clips together, I'm actually able to see that that's what the redaction was.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen.
No, I don't do that, Ben. I follow the Utah State Code, like I just said.
But it's no wonder they have issues with their records department, which seems to benefit only the department and its officers, as one of the records personnel is married to a sergeant on the department. Not to mention, this is their leadership.
It turns out that hanging this sign on a fence and then taking a picture of it for Instagram is not illegal. In fact, what the group is doing is actually protected under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. So one of the police officers let the group know that they were okay to keep doing this.
Right now, I don't think you guys break the law.
But this other police officer wasn't able to accept this reality.
Our good old buddy Adamson there.
He sees it or give back? Is it an occasional crime? Is it disorderly conduct? Why? Is he upset about it? I mean,
I guess, but that's not. And Lieutenant
Joshua is upset.
We're gonna see.
See, and again, that's so ridiculous, right? It's just like, is he upset by? It's like, and the officer was telling him that he didn't play the rest of the clip. He was just like, I mean, he's upset, but that's not really. I mean, we can't really
do anything.
Him being upset is not.
It's not illegal.
Yeah, it's like it's not anything illegal. So
Josh's freedom upset me.
Do not do that. You understand me? Right now, you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back.
1 week later, Adam Ellison from the American Fork Records Department sent a fax to Eric's employer asking his manager to contact the police department. For real though, who the fuck is using faxes anymore? Adam Ellison then sent an email to another manager at Eric's place of employment asking for his direct number, stating that the mayor needed to talk to him about one of his employees. And the mayor did take that phone call, having an hour-long conversation with Eric's manager. And during that, Adam Ellison faxed over 83 pages of records related to that incident, but not to Eric, to Eric's manager, about Eric. Most of the records that he sent Eric's manager were email exchanges that Eric had had with the city and the police department. So at this point, Eric is keeping an open mind to pursue civil action regarding this entire fiasco because, as recent events have shown, there's almost quite certainly a pattern and practice of harassment, intimidation, retaliation, escalation, and trying to cover it all up while lying right to our face. So if you've had an encounter with the American Fork Police Department, whether you have the records or not, reach out to me using the information in the pinned comment. Otherwise, let me know what you think down below, and I will perhaps have a final update on that unlawful traffic stop featuring Bronson Kitchen later on in the week. Until then, take care.
And that's Lackluster's video. And again, another layer to all this, right? Another revelation of how bad the American Fork. I guess it should be pork, right? American Pork.
American Pork forked up, huh? Is that right, John? They forked up?
Yeah. How bad they are, how terrible they are, the stuff that they do. And this is a little bit different from the one we went over yesterday, because this is basically an attempt by them to cover the shit up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Straight up to a more blatant attempt for them to cover it up, because obviously in the Ben situation, they were obviously covering stuff up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, by redacting the body cam footage, right? But this is like even more blatant because you see actual records, right? Documentation. They're actually getting rid of documentation.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it's crazy.
To cover their tracks. Because you saw like the Officer Kitchen guy, he wrote up like 3 citations, but none of them.
Yeah, none of them are like on record or whatever.
None of them are on record. They can't get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking wild, man. Yeah, these people are terrible, man.
Awful human beings.
And all that just because the dude got hung up on.
Tears going down my eyes. Sorry, John.
His pride was hurt because he got hung up on by these people. Bro. They're just like, yeah, we don't want to deal with you.
He became a stand really hard, bro. He showed up to their house. The biggest fan was the stand. Yeah.
Back up to show up to their house.
I feel like that was your favorite part. You're like, this motherfucker just called backup.
Yeah, he just called backup because they hung up on him. Like, what is that? What is that?
I like how they always get shocked. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is it? Relic was talking about the Utah police, but I'm like, they're always in shock. That's the best part. Like, he just hung up on me. They just closed the door.
Yeah, they're always surprised when somebody like gives them
any pushback.
Yeah, the slightest bit of pushback, and they get shocked. So this is the one we're gonna go over tomorrow. This is the one somebody mentioned in chat earlier. I think it was Gooba might have or I think it was Gooba that might have mentioned this in chat earlier. This was a different lawsuit where I guess some guy got tackled or whatever. We'll go over this video tomorrow in our ongoing series about American Fork's mess ups, because
history of corruption.
Plenty of them. Yeah, their history of corruption and screw ups, because it seems there's plenty of them. And you know what? I think the more people dig, I'm pretty sure they're gonna find even more. There's gonna be more that are gonna come up.
I concur.
Because it seems like this is the biggest recurring issue from at least as far back as 2021 that we know of them just completely mishandling stuff. Today we have an instance of them just straight up trying to cover a whole situation up probably, more than likely in an attempt to make sure that they can't get sued, to try to avoid being sued.
Yeah.
And then with the situation yesterday that we saw, where they basically charged into the Thorpe's house, where they did end up getting sued, and that's still in litigation. That case is still ongoing. The case between the Thorpes and the American Fork Police Department for them basically storming into their house.
Yeah. Well, they almost fucking dragged her out of her own house until I guess they realized that, like, oh shit, we're we're in deep shit.
Yeah. This person says no one has covered the massage parlor mishap yet. Well, I'm sure I'm sure information. If that's a situation that actually happened, then I'm sure it'll come to light, and the details of that will come to light as well.
Oh snap! Yeah, we got to see.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm sure there's all their worst moments are gonna come out. I'm sure. I mean, already, like I said, with clearly established videos showing that they're not properly trained to handle these situations, with the lawsuits that have come out regarding their mishandling of stuff and just egregiously violating people's civil rights. Yeah, it's not looking good for them.
No, it's bueno.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the American Fork Police Department, and that's the thing. And that's one thing I'm hoping to. I'm almost hoping that the bricks and minifig stuff wraps up kind of soon in mediation, only because I'm really interested to see what happens with the American Fork Police Department if they get hammered. I want to see both. I want to see both. I want to see both get what they deserve.
Held accountable.
Yeah. I want to see what ends up happening. So, he said they arrested a guy for even dropping off and picking up his wife. No joke. I can see it. I can see the situation where they do something like. I mean, think about this, right? The video we just watched. They went over to basically cite a woman on an unsubstantiated claim because some woman said that, she confronted my husband at church. Didn't threaten him.
I wasn't there.
Right? Never threatened him with any kind of violence or anything like that. Just confronted
him. Well, they didn't even get the husband side. They didn't even ask the guy who was actually there.
Yeah. And the thing is, the lady straight up lied from the very beginning to the cop. Tells him, we were at temple. This lady came and confronted us, and later on admits to the fact that she wasn't actually there.
Mm-hmm.
But she's deathly afraid. She's deathly afraid of this lady doing something rash. It's insanity. Then this guy, because he ends up getting hung up on because he calls the people in question, gets hung up on, gets so triggered by the fact that he gets hung up on that he calls backup to go show up at their house. Yeah,
fucking guy. Yeah,
I can't believe the city council haven't stepped in. They paid for the mistakes, not the police. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be somebody on the hook for this. Obviously, it's pretty obvious too that this guy. The thing about the husband for Eric, the guy they kept referring to, Eric, that's the husband of the lady that the police came to cite. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still. This has only been a year, so I'm pretty sure he's still within the statute of limitations to sue these people. You know what I mean? To sue the American Fork Police, and I hope he does. I hope he gets all the information, but he probably hasn't yet because he's trying to build the case. He's probably been trying to get the documentation he needs, but they don't have it. They conveniently they don't have it. They won't give it to him upon request. So he's probably just going to have to get a lawyer to fight on that front for him. Because it seems like, from what it sounds like he was doing it all himself. Like he was trying to get all the information himself, and was unsuccessful, and was being stonewalled. So, yeah, I'm guessing if he lawyers up, and that's the other thing too with now his situation coming to light, right? I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be lawyers that offer to help him, right, and be like, hey, because of this whole bricks and minifig situation, it's really two things happen here, right? Two good things happen here. It really shone a light on the horrible things that Bricks and Minifigs were doing to some of their franchisees, but it's also shined a light on this police department that is like super incompetent, poorly trained, and just, they want to do things differently there. Well, now
they're not even really cops, John. They're not even really cops.
Yeah. Well, now they can pay the consequences for wanting to do things differently there.
Yeah.
Whether that means litigation or people losing their jobs or whatever, because
consequences.
There has to be accountability. Yeah, there has to be. And now with all the attention on this police department, because right now, I mean, of any police department, imagine that they're a police department in a small city, right? But they're basically the whole country and a lot of the world now, right? Because it's a global story now, is looking at this police department, wanting to see accountability for them, which is crazy. A police department that just probably, a little over a month ago, nobody except for the local residents really knew about, right?
Exactly. I never heard of them.
Yeah, exactly. Are known by the entire world that wants to see them, be held to account for the stuff.
See them pay, John.
Yeah, and it's not going to go away. Just like with Bricks and Minifigs, it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away until something happens either. So
exactly. Yeah.
But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. We'll go ahead and wrap up the stream for tonight. Aura, thank you so much for joining me, brother, as always.
Always, John.
Shout out again to Relic. Be sure to check out Relic's channel as well. Let me go ahead and link that here in the chat. I also want to go ahead and link Ben's Gibson. Go if you guys want to help him fight his legal case against Bricks and Minifigs. I'll go ahead and share his Gibson Go here. Just make sure to share it around or donate if you're so inclined. But if you can't, sharing it I think is just as good.
Of course.
Help this man fight the good fight. And let me go ahead and also put Relic's channel.
I think he's streaming. Yeah, I put his streaming. I think he's streaming.
Oh, he's streaming right now? Okay, yeah, we'll definitely put that up.
Yeah. Throw a link to his stream. Well, everyone will head over to Relics,
Yeah.
Check out, see what he's got going on.
And Raid, Relic is streaming right now, I believe. Yeah, he is. So we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and raid his stream, show him some love and support. He's been great in all this, you know what I mean, and helping spread the word. He's a good dude. Help him out. You guys,
tell him the hunters say hello.
Yeah, tell the hunters sent you guys, and just help the man out. Check out his stream. He's streaming live right now. And for those of you that are joining us for the first time, hope you guys will subscribe, hit the notification, like this, and like the videos. It really helps.
We got so much more fun to have together.
Oh, there's more fun. There's more fun we're gonna have, but we're gonna continue to, of course, spread the word on this. Like I said, like we always say, because we want to see accountability for the parties involved, and that being Bricks and Minifigs and the American Fork Police Department. So we're gonna keep covering this until they're held to account for the stuff that they've done. So we appreciate you guys joining us. You guys have a fantastic night. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the next stream, but be on the lookout for videos as well. If there's any news updates, we'll be uploading a video as well. So you guys have a fantastic evening.
You all have a good evening. Good night.
And go check out Relic. All right.
Boom, bam.